Alright, so what we did is we shuffled everything around, and then I have to get rid of this coefficient of -2, right? So I'm going to take out a common factor of -2. So except for the 2, remember, because we're taking out a negative, it means all my signs are going to change. So that negative 2x to the power of 2, if I take out -2, it becomes positive x squared. Okay, then the positive 36x, if I take out -2, it's going to become minus 18x. And the positive 126 divided by -2 is going to give me minus 63. Okay, now over here, factors of x to the power of 2 would be x times x. And then factors of 63 would be 21 times 3, but I'm supposed to use those to get minus 18, and have a look, because that's a minus, my signs must be different. Not the same, different. So that's why I have minus 21 plus 3. That's going to give me the minus 18. Okay, are we good? Great. Now, can I skip? Hands up, we're still copying. Good. Okay, now we've got to use factorizing to simplify expressions. So what I'm giving you here is a fraction. Now we know that fractions, first things first, I can only start cancelling out when I've got how many terms at the top? One at the top, one at the bottom. Right? One term at the top, one term at the bottom. Only then can I start cancelling out. So you would have to go and factorize at the top. So I'm going to say, and what I like doing is, have a look. I close the bottom part first and see the top part as if it was a sum on its own. So if I were to give you 2x minus 8, think about different methods of factorizing. What was our first one? Okay, but can we group? No, we've only got 2. So, common factor. What can we take out as a common factor? 2. Okay, so I'm going to say, take out 2 as a common factor. Then I'd have x minus 4. Do you guys see that? Okay, at the bottom, I still have that 2x. Now, how many terms do I have at the top? 1. No, because it's 2 times a bracket. Okay, at the bottom, how many terms? 1. So now I can actually go cancel out. So can you see that this 2 will cancel out with that 2? Now, very important. Am I allowed to cancel out those x's? No. Because if you want to touch that x inside the bracket, you must take everything in the bracket. Okay? So remember, when there's a bracket, you either take everything inside that bracket or you're not allowed to touch it at all. Okay? So this is the furthest that we could cancel out. So then we say, what would be left? X minus 4 at the bottom, x. Yes. No, this is still today's work. Do you guys get that? Yes? Can I skip? The answer stays like that, yes. Can I skip? Okay, quick. Terwyl julle skryf, ek kyk gou-gou vir afkondiging. As jy wil kan jy wanneer dit nou op die WhatsApp Okay, ek sal vir hulle opsit, dankie. Thanks. Okay, hands up, you're still copying? No one. Ek wonder wat het fout gegaan. Fine. Okay, let's look at example 2. Remember what you can do? Because I know it looks, you guys get thrown off if you see a fraction. No? So close the bottom part first. Look at the top part. 6x to the power of 2 plus 24. So what would we use? We're going to take out 6 as a common factor. Good. Okay, so then at the top I'm going to say 6. And that means it would be x to the power of 2 plus 4. Okay, then at the bottom. And now what I want you to do is close that bottom part, the top part, and just look at this. 15x to the power of 2 plus 60. You take out the 15. There we go. Let's take out a common factor of 15. Then I'm going to have x squared plus, how many times does it go in there? 4 times. Good. Now, how many terms at the top? 1. How many terms at the bottom? So am I allowed to cancel out? Yes. And what can we cancel out? The 6 and the 15. Don't you? The full bracket is the same. So I can take that whole bracket with this whole bracket. No. Okay, which means that my final answer would only be 6 over 15. Does it seem okay? Huh? Right. Let's look at the bottom one. Example 3. Close the bottom part. We have got 4m to the power of 2 minus 9. How many terms at the top? 2. And what do you see between those two terms? A minus. Does that ring some bell? What are we going to do? Denk gou mooi. Difference in two squares. Can I get square root of each one of those? Yes. Kyk gou eers voor jy loop. So at the top I'm going to have 2m plus 3. Kyk. And at the bottom 2m minus 3. Do you guys see? We use difference in squares. At the bottom, I could take out a common factor of 2m. Okay, so then what would be left? 2m plus 3. And now you'll see that these two full brackets are going to cancel out. So I'm going to have 2m minus 3 over 2m. Please remember, you may not cancel out these two m's. Okay. I'll skip back just now. I just want to check something. I've got 2 more examples and then it's homework. So I will do a quick video on that and send it on the group.